Yeah, people talk about when you're setting a goal. So, and what do you do? How do you set your goals? Or what do you write them down? How do you work around? Because there's so many different ways. And I say to them, yeah, there are so many different ways. I used to use a SMART formula, which you've heard of that one, which is like S, which stands for specific. You've got to have specific goals. M stands for measurable. A stands for achievable. R stands for realistic, and T stands for timely. And I'm totally not in favor of that kind of style because, especially that R part of SMART, which is realistic, because when you start talking about setting goals and thinking big, and you start talking about what's realistic, then it's a big debate, and you actually start putting limitations. So what I found useful is, instead of really going down the trend of what most people do, and they say, this is what I want to achieve, and then they start talking about how they're going to do it, and then they start talking about when they want to do it, and then they want to talk about why, and then they talk about finally saying, right, okay, so let's focus back on what. So it's like a how, when, why, what. To me, it's the wrong formula. The reason being is, if you start with the how, then you don't really stick to your goal, because then you're actually, when you come across a roadblock, you're actually going to crumble and you won't get to your goal, which is why most people create these resolutions and New Year's resolutions, and they set their goals but they don't get anywhere with them, or they quit pretty early. I've been there too, and I've done that, where I just start quickly, and I used to leave it halfway through, and my friends and my family would vouch for that. But ever since I learned the actual way of doing it, I hacked into the way I thought, and I started with my what, and which is my goal, figuring out what my goal was. But then more importantly, I started focusing on my why, and I started identifying, getting clear on my purpose. When I got clear on my purpose, then it became easy for me to find out whether I wanted to go with what time frame, and then eventually I would also talk about how I was going to achieve it within that time frame. So it's important, I think, to realize that when you hack into your method of madness, if you want, or your method of how you operate to set your goals, it's important to understand, how you set your goals in the right way. And to me, the best way to do it is to go in this format of what, why, when, and how. When you do that, you'll actually see a massive change, and you'll see in your behavior, but you'll also see how you keep gunning for that goal, and that goal becomes really important for you to achieve, and no matter what, you will achieve that goal. So try that out. Start with your what, then get clear on your why, your purpose, why you want to really achieve that goal. Then you'll be able to figure out when you want to have that done, how long it's going to take, and eventually you'll also see very clearly as to how you're going to get there, and no matter what, you'll find the how to. So try that out. What, why, when, how. Start using that in your goal format, and then you'll see magic.